Welcome back to the Counterfeit Emotions podcast, where we are on the journey to find the one emotion that can't be counterfeited, peace. Thanks again for joining me this week, and I'm really excited because I have a good friend and a fellow mental health advocate and influencer, Tyson.
It's true.
Thank
How
you
you
for
doing?
being here.
Oh,
And
thank you.
some exciting news.
Yeah.
You've got your book published.
Yeah, well, it's self-published, and I made a few mistakes. Like, I just know if you notice, it goes real struggles, period, real stories, comma, and I'm like, eh. And then at the very end, I put all the references, and it kind of started on the first. I'm going to have to do some editing, but it took me a while. To me, 8 months is a long time, and I worked a lot on it, and have some really good content and people in there, and it's more as a workbook rather than a novel, so to speak.
So what are people working towards when they read your book? Because it's a father's guide to mental health.
So it's basically all of us are going through something. I don't care who you are. We all are going through something. It's just the battles that we have to fight that day, and a lot of things I did not know that we go through until I became a dad. Until I became, a father, where I'm like, I didn't know I go through hormone change just like women do. I didn't know that finances were going to be this big of a deal. I didn't know my career was going to change 100 times. I didn't realize all these different things. I didn't know that relationships matter that much. I thought I just needed my wife and that's it. There's a lot of things in there that is just like, I'm going to see if I can help someone. And so we have 12 guys, like I said, throughout the country, some you know, some you don't know, with their personal journey and how they were able to overcome their battles. And some about relationships, some about just depression and anxiety, that they just were overwhelmed and they just couldn't deal with it anymore. Some with drug addiction, doctors, professionals. A guy who's worth over $1 billion, he runs $1 billion company, but he didn't at the time, and he didn't know what to do because he wanted to be a fireman, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he lost that opportunity because of some restrictions that he had, physical. And he's like, and so he had a battle and figure out what he wanted to do. And so a lot of us go through something. Yeah. And so basically this is, hey, this is what they did. This is the takeaway. These are some of the things that I have done to be able to battle through this type of situation. Here's some questions to ask yourself, to meditate through, and to help yourself so that you can overcome what you're going through right now. And I have 11 chapters, 10 chapters, and a bonus chapter. And I'm grateful that I got to learn a lot from this. I mean, I learned a ton. I have like 46, 47 references from different articles, different peer-reviewed journals, different books, and put a lot of work into it. But in the end, it's really, I've had really good responses so far.
And that's going to be our topic today, is men's mental health. So, and just to give people, I'm sure most people will know who you are, but for those who don't, you run the Dad Bods Beards podcast with Logan.
I do.
And
you've already had him on your podcast.
Yep, we've had him on. He's awesome. And on top of that, you were ranked one of the top 50 men's mental health influencers.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Was it 20?
I don't remember. It was something
like that. Yeah, which is very fun. It just shows how much you're doing in the space. As well, you work with Joe Tuiaana, who runs the I Love You Bro project, who we've also had on the podcast. And
I'm one of the group facilitators in Ogden, and I love the men that I get to see and talk to and be friends with every Monday. That's when we do ours, and new people come in every week, and it's just a huge blessing. And we get to fight their battles with them. We get to cheer them on. We get to win. Just their wins are amazing. What's fun is to see the transformations in their lives, even just as recent. One of the rules is keep it here, so I can't tell you everything or anything, but it's just really fun to see the light in their eyes spark and come alive again. From when they started and when they came in, you could just see the despair, you can see the anguish and no hope. And now you look at them and you're like, now they want to do this. Now they want, because they feel that the joy, the peace in their lives, as you would say, the peace is a big deal. And I love it. I love seeing people just like realize that there's more to them than they thought, that they can
Mm,
accomplish the things that they didn't think they could just by tweaking their mindset just a little bit. Just like, instead of what if I can't do this? And what if this happens? What if this happens? I'm like, but what if it does? What if you can do everything you thought you could do? What if you do have a wonderful marriage? What if you do this? What if I'm like, just thinking of it that way changes everything. And then next thing you know, they're starting to think positively, and they're finding the things in their life that have always been there, but they haven't been able to reach out because they've been looking at the bad instead of the good. And
yeah.
and it's fun to witness, because I had to go through that, and I still go through that. I mean, I have to fight those battles on a daily basis. I'm like, stop.
Stop.
Yeah. I literally physically have to say something, and I usually shake my head because I'm like, I shouldn't think this way.
Mm,
And I'm like, I am good enough. I can do this. I
yeah.
am capable. I am a blessing. I'm not a burden. Because that's my thing, is I feel sometimes like I'm a burden.
Mm.
And I have to remind myself on a daily basis that I know I'm a blessing to people's lives. I'm not a burden to them.
You've been a blessing in my life,
Well, you are too.
for sure.
Dude,
Yeah.
you just running with me, or are you walking and me trying to run?
For the Utah Valley
Yeah,
Marathon.
I thought that was just so cool. That was so nice of you.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, thank you. I
Mm,
really appreciate that. It was so fun to see that victory. Like
it was huge.
I could see it as you were coming in, and like having your family there
Hmm.
and all of that was it
Yeah,
was
and I'd like to. So there's good things about social media and there's bad things about social media, and I feel with me trying to promote mental health, I have to be vulnerable, and I have to be honest, and I have to be willing to share. Um, And so I recorded the moment and I shared it with me crying. Like I said, I was just told you I don't cry very often, but when I do, I'm not ashamed of it. And it was a big deal. It was a huge accomplishment, something I didn't think I could do. And you like, as you're running, and it's hard as you're training. For me, it sucked. And then I started changing my mindset. I'm like, hey, I am doing this. I can do this. And you would imagine yourself running through the line and or through the finish line and everything, and you just get all excited. And to actually have that happen,
yeah,
it was cool.
yeah.
And so now we're doing high rocks, and then we're going to do Sparta, and then we're going to do a full marathon. I'm like, who am I?
That's who is this man?
I know. I'm like, this was not Tyson a year ago.
I love it. I love it. And
Yeah.
you've gone through quite a transformation. How many pounds now?
75, 80-ish.
75.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
what's sad
incredible.
is not sad, but one of my bucket list things I've always wanted to do is go not rock yeah, rock climbing is cool, but skydiving.
Oh yeah.
Weight limit is 250. I have we did a body scan, and it was I think it was, my lean mass was 238, and so I had to be like 2% in order for me to go skydiving, and I'm just like, well, we'll see.
Get that body fat to nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. So
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. And congratulations on your journey.
I
Like
appreciate it.
it is inspiring. It really is. And I love what you said. Can we talk about vulnerability
Yeah.
for a minute? Like I love what you said about being vulnerable. Have has that been a shift for you? Like when you were younger, before you started this journey of mental health, like were you able to get into a place of vulnerability? Were you able to get into a place where you could just let it go and
Mm,
not only share all of you, but share it in a way that did bring tears?
I think religion, like when you bear your testimony on Christ, on your faith, I've always been able to share that. I've never had a problem with that. Um, I've never felt I had a hard time expressing myself until I realized I had a hard time expressing myself, if that
Okay,
makes
dig in
sense.
there. Yes,
Meaning
yes,
I was
yes.
never told not to share. I was never told not to walk it off. All that kind of stuff. Like I played football, and that's different. But it was never weak to share in my family.
Hmm.
Um, but I think culturally outside my family, it was. And so I would hurt, and I wouldn't say anything. Or
You just struggle in silence.
yeah, and I had a huge breakthrough. This not there's a point to this. I had a huge breakthrough because I run a company called Copper Johns. I own it. It's a men's grooming company, and we're starting to decline. And it's been a really big struggle for me. Like, I've had to bring things in house. I've had to do things, and I'm like, I feel like a failure. And I told my wife this. I feel like a failure. And I did a lot of self-reflecting with Brock and Neuromastery, and
Rock painter.
yeah, I love Brock. Have you had him on yet?
No, I need to have
Yeah,
Rock
he's
on.
a freaking stud. But I talked to him, and we did a little bit of meditation, guided meditation, and kind of finding out why I feel this way. And there was at one point in my life where I'm adopted. I'm not ashamed of it. I love my parents so much. And but due to the fact, the first time I met my biological father, I was like 35, and it was at a funeral, and I was shocked that he had been drinking. And I'm like, you're going to meet your son for the first time, and you're drunk. It hurt. And then growing up like that, feeling abandoned, so to speak, even though I have a dad, he's adopted me. He is my dad. There's always that, why? And so this whole time I've been just brought up like I'm not good enough, but that was me thinking that. My family, my mom and dad never taught me that. They've always given me love. And so anyway, getting to this point where I was doing the medicating, self-meditating. I don't do self-medicating.
I think we all do a little self-medicating, whether it's doom scrolling or
yeah, exactly. It's and caffeine.
Yeah.
No, but we're doing this meditating, and I felt very, very like aware that I can't lose. I will not, meaning I will not give up. I have to be the hero to my wife, and I have to be the hero to my kids. No one else can. And so I'm losing because I am not capable to do everything anymore. Meaning I grew the company as big as I possibly could by myself. And now we're declining because I can't do it all anymore. And I'm allowing myself to fail because I won't let anyone else be my wife's hero.
There's a high level of vulnerability right there.
Yeah. And this is all brand new to me. And so yesterday I'm sharing with, I love you, bro, my win. And to me, that was a win. And what was really, really cool is there was a gentleman named Kirk. Do you know Kirk?
Kirk?
Yeah, I can't remember his last name.
I'm not sure if I do.
I think
maybe I do.
Either way, I'm going to have to introduce you. There's so many cool people that we know.
His last name, yeah.
Yeah, I have his. I'll find it. But anyway, he worked at Kellogg's for 17 years as the chief manufacturing officer. And he doesn't do that anymore because his family life is more important than going to city to city to city and all this kind of stuff. And he looks at me and he's like, Tyson, this is what I've been praying for. Can I work with you? And I'm like, well, I don't have anything to pay you. And he's like, I know. And so we're going to work Thursday, we're going to meet together, and he's going to partner up with me, and he knows how to grow it. And I'm sitting here talking to Candace, and I'm like, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this. I wouldn't even realize something was wrong. I would just know that I have this anxiety, a ball of anxiety, and I would be ornery, and I would take it out on everyone in my personal life. Meaning not physically, but I'd be pushed away.
Distant
is a great word.
Yeah.
And not knowing that I was doing anything, just knowing that this is who I am. I have to do this. Like, no one else can do this for me.
Yeah.
And becoming self-aware, meaning diving deep into my emotions, like, I'm stressed. What's causing the stress? Well, yeah, at the moment it's because I have bills to pay. But why do I have bills to pay? What caused me to have all this stress? And so diving deep into my past and realizing I got it because of this. I'm stuck in this continuous loop of financial despair because I don't feel good enough. And so I'm self-fulfilling all these stupid prophecies that I'm giving myself, that I'm not good enough. I'm not good at marketing. I'm not good at at making money. I'm not good at doing this. And so I'm making all these decisions to validate what I believe.
Validate all the I'm not.
Yes. And so as I have switched my mental thinking where I'm like, I am good enough. I am capable. I am slowly transitioning. Like your mental, your like financial irresponsibility, so to speak, doesn't switch overnight. Meaning you're still in the hole, even if you decide you're capable. So it's slowly changing. But it still sucks. It's still hard. But what's really cool is you find peace in knowing that you're okay and that you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And you have a partner in crime now. Like my wife is my partner, and I can talk to her about everything. And it's a skill set.
I love that.
It's a skill set. Like, because guys, even though I was not trained not to communicate, we still don't communicate.
Yeah.
Because we don't know any better.
Yeah.
And so it's not as like, at first I was talking to my wife and she would take offense to it because it almost sounded like I was blaming her. And that wasn't my intent. But because I didn't know how to communicate it, it sounded like that.
Yeah.
And then we get in a fight and I'm like, that's not what I meant. And you know what I mean? But now as the skill has gotten a little bit better, I'm able to say, you know, Candace, this is how I feel. And I love you for this, for helping me get through this. And I don't know how to get through this and I need your help. Can you, you know, that type of thing, rather than our house is dirty. Why the freak is our house dirty all the time? Instead it's like, hey, I need to do my job. I need to do better at cleaning. How can I help you clean this? Or, hey, I'm going to clean this. Is there anything else I can do to help ease your tension? And it's more of just, but that I'm giving a very broad like example, but it's a lot more pinpoint now. But it's just, nothing was ever wrong. And people who are listening right now, you having stress is normal and it's not wrong to feel that way. But opening up and being vulnerable with the people that you love. And one thing I will say, I'm talking way too much here. One thing I will say, because I my co-host is Logan, I don't get to talk.
just vent, bring it all out. Just get it.
But one thing I will say, with I love you, bro, with all of these men's groups and things like that I've been blessed to be a part of. When you are with a group of men and one person opens up, it gives you permission to open up. And once you open up and everyone else does, your world changes.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm so grateful for is we need to give each other permission to be not okay.
Yeah.
And then talk about it. And right now, I think mental health is not a stigma anymore.
It's changing.
Yes.
There's a shift in the world where you don't, as a man, you don't have to guard your emotions anymore, that you can actually express them and it's okay. And not only is it okay, but it's healthy.
Yeah.
It's breaking out of that mold of, oh, I'm the tough guy, I'm the cowboy, you know, get back on the horse, all of those things, you know, men don't cry. No, that's not real. That's not real.
Do you know Joe's statistics, right? From I Love You, Bro.
Yeah.
So 91% believe it's just as important. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. But only 26% ever do anything about it.
Isn't that a crazy disparity?
Mm-hmm. So it's not a stigma anymore, but we're still not doing anything about it. We know it's important, but we're not going to do anything about it because this is more important. My family is more important. But they don't realize, if I take care of myself, I am so much better right there. I'm so much more present. I'm so much more loving. I'm so much more giving.
Yeah.
If you take care of yourself, because you love yourself.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we have one thing to give,
and
that's ourself. We have one thing to give to everyone around us, and that's a happy, healthy Curtis or Tyson, or that's what we have to give. And if we don't have that ourselves, we can't give it. We can't give that away if we don't already have it. And it's so important to start here. We always think, and we talked a little bit about the pornography recovery program.
Yeah.
One of the main questions that I ask, and I don't even actually let people into the program if they don't answer this question properly. And the question is, who are you doing this for? And if the question is anybody besides self, if it's wife or kids or parents or bishop or anybody else, then I say,
You're not ready.
come back when you're going to do it for you. Because if you don't do it for you, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It won't work because everything else can be taken. Your relationship with your spouse or your kids or everything can be taken. And if your motivation is external, if it's over here, as soon as that's gone, then your motivation is gone. If your dedication, notice I use dedication instead of motivation, is here to say, I love me enough, I'm going to give this gift to me, regardless of anything else in the world.
So how do you get there? How do you get to motivation phase? Like, oh, I want to do this party. I'm so excited. Let's have a group party. Bring all our friends, and then the day comes, right? Crap. You know what I mean? No, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't have the energy. It's been a rough week. But now put that to our own well-being. How do you get over the, I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym because that's the only time I have. How do you get over that?
It's funny because, James Lawrence, the Iron Cowboy.
Yeah.
So he did his 100, right?
It's crazy.
It was.
I don't know how people, I don't know. Yeah.
It was nuts. And yeah, it's truly inhuman. Like what he did is inhuman. I was lucky enough to do some of the bike rides with him and some.
Well, I'm lucky enough if I just get 10,000 steps a day.
And on one of the runs, we were in the 90s at that point. He was in the 90s. Let me restate. I did not do all 100 with him. He was in the 90s. I don't remember exactly, like 92 or something like that. And we were on the marathon portion of this particular day. And my buddy Jared Springer and I, we were up with him and we were just talking. And I asked him the question, and you could tell he was dialed in because he had been doing this 100 days straight without a break. And doing one, I've done a half Ironman. That's it. Yeah. I haven't done a full Ironman, and doing one full Ironman is enough to like tide somebody over for a year.
Right.
And he was in the 90s on how many he'd done. And I said, James, what keeps you motivated? And it was so funny because he was just dialed in, like, I am going to get through this and I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to do, 10 more. And he, like, the conversation was very brief. Like all of his responses were like 1-word responses, like, don't bother me. I'm dialed in. And when I asked that question, I said, what keeps you motivated to do this? He stopped. He actually stopped right on the trail. And he, like, there's a whole crowd of people going with him. And he turns to me and he goes, motivated? He goes, you think I'm motivated? And I'm going, okay, this must not be the right word here.
I hit a trigger.
And he goes, you think I'm motivated to wake up between 3 and 4 a.m. every morning and jump in a freezing cold pool to swim 2.4 miles? And you think I'm motivated to have blisters on my feet every day where we have to put ointment and wrap them up? And he went through the whole list. He goes, I'm not motivated. I'm like, then why are you here? What keeps you out here? He goes, I'm dedicated. He said, I made a promise to my wife. I made a promise to my kids. And I made a promise to everyone that we're raising money for that I would do this. He said, I'm not motivated. I have zero motivation to do this, but I'm dedicated. And that's what's going to get me to 100.
That's cool. I really, really like that. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
But that's where I find you see people like they come to this group and you see it in their eyes where this is their last hope. Like, this is it. Like, you can physically see it. You can hear it. You can see it. And then they come and what makes someone that miserable to finally make a decision? Why can't we just do it before we hit to that point?
We hit the rock bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have to self-inflict all these things before we're like, you know what? I can be happy. Why can't we just why can't we choose peace now instead of go through all the misery and then decide, okay, I hit rock bottom. I don't want to do this anymore. Why do we have to do that?
Yeah, that is such an important question. And you've used a word that I've
Hmm.
noticed several times, and that's hope.
Yeah,
And I believe hope is one of the most powerful emotions in the universe. It's one of the most powerful forces in the universe. With hope, I believe anything can happen.
agreed.
And understanding the true nature of hope, I think, is critical. I think it's so important. And in the counterfeit emotions framework, hope has the counterfeit of expectation. And expectation, there's so many sayings about it. Expectation is, you know, is the path to, unmet expectation is the path to disappointment,
Hmm.
right? And expectation comes from attachment.
Yeah, and I had that problem a lot. I actually in my 30s, so I'm 45 now. In my 30s, I was extremely depressed,
Mm.
like extremely. And I was talking to my dad, and he's like, because you need to get rid of your expectations. Because in my early 20s, when I get married, oh, in my 30s, I'm going to have this huge house. I'm going to have this nice car. All my kids are going to be you have, and
The
then all of a sudden
perfect
you get there and
family.
you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not there. You know what I mean? And I was miserable, and it took me a long time to get over that
Yeah.
because of expectations. So I thought that was really cool that you just
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah. And it's crazy once we let go of expectations, what happens to us. And a lot of us think, well, if without an expectation, I can't reach a goal, or I can't achieve anything without an expectation. But expectation really is the counterfeit of hope.
Mm-hmm.
When we have true hope, we move forward with power. With, like I said, hope is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, because we move forward with the desire and the effort to hopefully see a result. But we surrender the last part. We do our best and we give God the rest.
Yeah.
Where expectation says, no, I'm going to do this action, and therefore I have to have this result at the end of that. And surrendering to life, surrendering to the journey, to say, I can do everything I can, but I don't get to control. I don't get to control the result.
Yeah.
That's up to God. That's not mine.
Mm.
That's his. And being able to be okay with the journey. Being able to say, you know what? I trust. I trust that he cares about me enough, that he loves me enough, that he's going to take me on the journey. And I don't have to be the one driving the boat. I don't have to be that guy.
I feel like in the scriptures, because you mentioned God and scriptures, and in the scriptures there's so many repetitive stories. It's like the circle, and you have a guy who's all messed up, and he's trying to like hurt the church, hurt the people who believe in God, all this kind of stuff, and then he repents, or they repent, and they go through this little cycle, and then you have them, like there's a scripture that says, oh, if I were an angel, I would scream upon my head to repent. It's because they know what it feels like on the other end
Mm,
compared to where they are right now.
yeah.
And to me, I feel like that's where I'm at this point. Is like, I've been over here. I occasionally still am over here. And this is why I do what I do, is because I know how much better it is to have that hope, how much better it is to just like stop being angry at everyone and everything, and just accept that you're loved, that you're going to be okay, that there is hope, that there is peace on the other side, that just like open your eyes, just start paying attention and showing this gratitude of everything that you have instead of everything that you don't have. And it's just like, I just want to smack him. I'm like, because you have so much freaking going on right now, just will you just look? And it's just like, in it just sucks because you just look at him and you're just like, just open, just like you're playing the victim.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Like, like it's just like, stop looking at all the bad, because you are such a good person and there's so much good around you. Just pay attention.
Yeah.
I wish it was that easy.
Yeah. I'll never forget, as Yeah. As I was going through some of my hardest trials,
Mm-hmm.
where I was lowest through my divorce and other things. There's a little pond by my house. It's actually from my front door to the hill that goes down to the pond. It's exactly a mile. My running, you're a runner when you know every distance to every location within a 5-10 mile radius of your house. And the pond is a mile. And this particular day was Father's Day. And I was really struggling because it wasn't the the expectation of what Father's Day was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I went down to the pond, and there's a big red bench, and it's this beautiful little pond. There's ducks and grass around it, and I sat on the bench and I just cried, and the pain was real. It hurt. It hurt so bad. And I was sitting there just wallowing in my pain, just wallowing. Actually, let me restate, wallowing in my misery, where I just was like, how could this be happening to me? My life, I had all these expectations, and now they're all falling apart. And I just prayed. I was like, please, I can't right now. I just
Mm-hmm.
can't. It hurts too much. And I I had this shift in my heart to listen to the bird that was in the tree above me. And I didn't even know the bird was there. I sat on this bench with the tears just streaming down my face, and I didn't even hear the bird. And then I didn't realize that there were these beautiful flowers by me that had the most gorgeous smell as it wafted into my nose. And the sun was in the perfect position to turn the pond all these beautiful colors. And I realized in that moment, I didn't have the power to get rid of joy. Even though my bubble, my space that I was in, I was like, nope, joy's not coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dedicated to this sadness. I am dedicated to these tears right now, and it hurt, and I think it was important to let it hurt. But I realized I couldn't get rid of joy. Joy was all around me. The joy in the beautiful sunset, the joy in the bird singing, the joy in the life around me. There was so much joy encompassing me. I realized I'm not powerful enough to get rid of that joy, but I can shut the blinds.
Mm-hmm.
The joy is always there. It's just whether or not I'm going to see it, whether or not I'm going to step into that place that says, okay, here's joy. And the path to that is just what you said. It's gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitude exposes the truth of the kindness in life.
And it doesn't discount what you're feeling.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't discount the hard trials that you're going through, that the loss that you felt, and the pain that you have. It doesn't diminish that, but it lessens it. Meaning having the gratitude and noticing the good things around you lighten the load. It helps you move on, and it helps you understand that, yeah, what I'm going through is tough. It sucks. I don't want anyone to ever feel what I feel like.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be okay. Like, this is just a moment in time, and everything will pass. It's going to be okay. That's what gratitude to me does. That's what it gives you, that peace to know that, hey, yeah, this sucks. Like, I'm going through some stuff right now that, yeah, it sucks, but I'm going to be okay, and everything's going to be okay. And what's really, really cool is I tell myself, I'm like, what am I going to learn from this? And how cool is it that next year I am going to be a completely different person? And I really am telling myself this lately, and then in my mind I'm like, well, crap. Then it's just going to be that much harder next year, whatever's coming my way, because I can handle this now.
Line upon line.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, ugh. But no, it's just this. I feel like it lightens your burdens.
Yeah.
and it doesn't take away the burden, but
Yes.
it lightens them.
Yeah. Instead of taking the trial down, gratitude builds strength so you can meet it.
Yeah.
You can meet the trial where it's at. Instead of praying for, hey, please take this away from me. No, it's help me have the strength so I can meet it where it's at,
Yeah.
so that I can grow, so that I can be in that place where I am confident that
Hmm.
it doesn't matter what's coming. I get to be in that place where I know I can handle this.
And some things are stupid. Like I used to be arrogant to the point where I would look down at people. Like they would be on food stamps and I would look down on them.
Hmm.
Or they would, you would see something on their door and you're like, what are you doing wrong? Like you're not like, why, like how would you ever let that happen?
Yeah.
And then I lost my job. And then my wife got pregnant and all this kind of stuff. And I started understanding and I started going through those things and I started having empathy and I started like, okay, this sucks. And I started realizing that people don't want this. Like they're in this situation because they landed in it in some sort of fashion. And I'm just looking at them now and I'm excited for when Dad Bods gets to this level. Like we're growing massively, but financially we're not there. And Copper Johns is growing, but financially we're just not there.
Hmm.
And I can't wait until I see a pink slip on a door and I can just go pay it without them knowing.
Hmm.
Or I can go to and I see a family that's just suffering and that needs food. I'm like, you know what? I can go buy them groceries and I don't need the gratitude. I don't need the appearance of doing something for them. I just want to do it. Because I know now how hard it is and it's not fun. And asking for that help is hard because I've had to do it.
Yeah.
And I am just looking forward to the moment in my life where I'm like, let's go help some people now. You know what I mean? Like we help as much as we can, but I'm excited when we can help.
Yeah.
Like let's make a couple of house payments now for people. Let's go get them a new couch or they don't have a bed for their daughter. Let's go get a bed for them. That type of thing. I'm really looking forward to it, and so is my wife.
You hit on one of the key principles of abundance. So, there's abundance and then there's accumulation.
Mm-hmm.
And accumulation is the counterfeit of abundance, but abundance says live large so you can give large.
Yeah.
Accumulation says live large so you can get large. But abundance says I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to grow Dad Bods to the point where I've got so much abundance that I can give and I
Yeah.
can share and I can bless people's lives with the house payment or buying them a bed or a couch or whatever it is. And that mentality, that mind shift, oh, so powerful.
And all I have right now is time. And so I give my time to those who need it um and I'll always do that. My wife loves that I do that. But I'm excited. We've talked about it. We've talked about helping people and we've talked about I can't wait till we can do this. I can't wait till we can do this. And we slowly like we collect coins and we collect a couple dollars here and $20 here and we put them in a big jar so that we can give it to someone in Christmas that is less fortunate. We'll talk to our religious leader and say, hey, who's struggling? Who
Mm,
can we help? And then we'll doorbell ditch them with maybe $1,000 or something in a canister. And I'm like, hopefully we can make their Christmas a little bit better because someone did that to us. I was about to lose our house. I was about to lose our car, and I didn't know what to do. I was working 3 jobs because I lost my job, 3 jobs part time, and we would get paid, and I would still be negative. And I
mm.
just like, I just like, I don't know what to do. And then next thing I know, someone came and paid our house payment. Someone came and paid our the power bill and the gas bill without me knowing. And
They
when
just
we went,
called the gas company
mm-hmm.
and paid it.
And then someone brought change over and that was enough to pay for presents for our kids and our house and our car payment so we didn't lose our car. And I was just like, my wife was bawling and I was bawling and we had so much just like, oh, so much love for these people that we didn't know and we don't know who did it to this day. We still don't know. But man, I'm so grateful for people who are like that, and I want to be that person, and Candace wants to be that person, but we want to do it every day,
Yeah.
and because
Yeah.
just give them peace, even if for a moment, and let them feel that they're loved just for a moment, because that matters. It could change their whole trajectory of life, because it changed ours.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I love that's your goal. Do you guys actually do you envision it? Do you actually sit down
Oh yeah, we
and
talk
see
about
that
it quite a
picture in
bit.
your
Like,
mind? And
we'll be miserable at midnight. Like last night, we were at Copper John's lab, our lab,
uh
and we're just making product and doing some stuff for fulfillment for orders and things like that. And we're like, I want to be asleep. I don't want to be doing this right now. And then we were just talking. It's like, but how cool will it be when we can do this for, like, where we can take our family on a trip, or we can go. Literally, this sounds so stupid. Um, I want to buy a cabin and then just give the keys out. Like, you go. And some of our listeners, some of our customers, just like, dude, you're struggling. Let's go. Let's go on the four wheelers. I don't have any four wheelers, but let's go on the four wheelers. Let's go fishing and let's just talk. Your family wants to come, yeah. Let's go on the canoe and let's go and just go play in the water right now, or just things like that. I that's literally one of my dreams. And
just
then just call it the Copper Lodge because it's Copper John's, and just call it Copper Lodge,
there
and
we
like,
go.
let's all our families, let's go have fun. It's on us. You don't have to worry about a thing. Fly you out. We'll do everything for you. Because I don't want to just do it just locally. I want to do it nationally and eventually, worldwide. Like, it's a thing. Like Logan and I'm not joking. We talk about all this stuff, and I'm talking way too much. But Logan and I, we talked a little about my daughter, and that's her story, so I won't say anything. But she was in a facility for women. There's no such thing as that facility for men.
Hmm.
And so Logan and I have been manifesting. We've been talking about this, and then we just got a text message saying, hey, there's a guy who's an investor who wants to do this. Are you guys interested? So next week we're going to be talking to this guy because we want a men's care facility where men can go in and get the help that they need.
Wow.
And where it's going to be a for-profit, so those people who can afford it can do it, but those who can't, that profit is going to go offer scholarships so that we can still pay the doctors, we can still do all that kind of stuff. We're not going to make a dime, but we're going to help people. And so, yeah, there's so much we want to do. It's just taking time, too much time.
You just want to scream from the
Yeah,
rooftops.
no, it's
Just
legit.
like,
It's just because I've been there. I know how miserable it is. I know how it is where you don't want to live. I know how it is where you're contemplating, okay, is my wife better without me?
oof.
I've been there. I know how it feels. I occasionally still get there. And I don't want anyone to feel that way.
Yeah.
People deserve the peace. People deserve the happiness. People deserve all this. And if I can give them a glimpse of what it feels like to not have that, then I'm all about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, because it doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. And sometimes especially when we're in that place, we feel like there's no other option,
Mhm.
that it has to be this misery, that's where my life is consigned to. And breaking out of that victim mentality is so important because,
And it's so hard to do.
and it is.
Where you're in so much pain, you'd rather cut yourself to feel the physical pain than the emotional pain that you're feeling at that moment.
Yeah.
Like, it's so tough to get out of that period, to feel the hope, to feel the love when that's all you know. And then it's so tough to continue to work day after day, to have that discipline, to know, because your body wants to revert back to what it knows, which is that despair, which is that anxiety, which is that stress, because it's been there for so long. Then that's why that meditating and saying, what if I can? What if this does happen? What if all that? That's where that sorry. That's where all that takes place, is because we're training our body what it's supposed to feel like.
Yeah.
Because our body doesn't know that, because we've thought so negative for so long. That's all it knows. And that's its safe place.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
you
And
probably have talked about this a million times with everyone else, but
but I haven't talked about it with you. No, and the way that we're talking about it, I think, is important because I think that's one reason that you're so effective in what you do, is because people can relate.
Mm-hmm.
They can see themselves in you. And when you open up and you share that in vulnerability, then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, that's me too.
Yeah.
I'm just like Tyson. That's me too. And being able to, relate on that level instead of putting up the ego or the perfect box of Instagram that says,
Yeah.
hey, look at me and how cool I am. It's like, no, guys, I'm just human.
Yeah.
I'm just so human going through the same things you're going through. And we can either go through them alone or we can go through them together.
Mm-hmm. And being together is so much easier. It makes your life so much easier.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I met Logan.
Mm.
Logan, okay, there you go. Changed my life. I didn't know I needed a friend. And when you have someone other than your spouse, because I love my wife, but I didn't know I wasn't sharing everything. I didn't know what I didn't know. I just knew what I knew, and this is how I was supposed to be. Then you meet someone who lifts you up as a guy and allows you to be you no matter what, without any judgment, without any hesitation. It changed me. Where him and I are closer than anyone else I ever thought I could be, besides my wife. Where it's just like, I could bare my soul, which I have on countless times, and he has too. And we got each other no matter what. And it's something remarkable that I wish everyone could feel, but they got to get out of their own way. And I got a friend 42 years old, someone like that. I'm like, what the freak? Why did it take so long? But now it's just like, but I think that's why we do so well, is because people see that, dude, we don't have it all together. Like, we don't. We're still struggling. We still have, I go from a freaking men's group that's all the positivity and you got this and all this kind of stuff. And then I go and have an argument with my wife on the phone on my way home.
Mm.
And I'm sitting here like, Tyson, shut up. Like, why are you saying all this on the phone as I'm saying it? And it's just like, shut up, Tyson. And I'm just like, what am I doing? And so about 5 minutes later, I call her back and I apologize. I'm like, but it's just like, I don't have it all together. I'm still, and it's just that,
And that's the beauty of this life, is that none of us have it all together.
But because of Logan, I'm part of Dad Bods. Because of Logan, I'm part of Neuromastery. Because of Logan, I'm friends with you. Because of Logan, we've got to be part of this whole X-Room event and get to know all these amazing people and get to share this wonderful experiences. And we get to touch people's lives that I didn't realize how important it was. Like, I found my life calling when I was 45. And I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know how passionate I was until I realized how messed up I was. And how...
Oh, wow. Say that one more time.
I didn't realize... I don't even know what I just said. I didn't realize... What did I say?
How passionate
I was until I realized how messed up I was. Meaning, I didn't realize what I was missing until I decided to talk. When I decided to find the peace in my life. When I decided to not be this. When I decided that I deserve happiness. I deserve peace in my life. My kids deserve the best of their dad. My wife deserves the best out of me. And I'm just like, I wasn't giving it to him because I didn't have it. I didn't like me.
Wow.
When I went to therapy the first time, the doctor was like, I need you to look in the mirror for a minute and just say a couple of things good about you. I'm like, no. And he's like, well, just look at it. No, because I hated me. I didn't want to be there. But because of the situation my daughter was going through, I felt she's trying to better herself. I need to do the same for her. And kind of your thing, I wasn't doing it for me. I was doing it for her. And then I met Logan, and it just went, and it just aligned. Because I was allowed to talk.
That's so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
When when we, especially as men, when we allow other men to step into that space of vulnerability, to actually open their hearts, because we're so good at taking these hard emotions and shoving them into the
So
steel
good.
box in our heart and just locking it down. And instead, when we give them permission, when we say, hey, it's okay to feel,
Mm-hmm.
it's safe to feel, then all of a sudden they can open up and they can see, oh, I've been holding this for 40 years. I've been holding what's inside for so long, and it hurts so bad. And now I can finally express it.
Yeah.
That
There was
changes
a
people.
there was a point where I'm like, every freaking day I was crying. Not because I was sad, but because it was just a little bit more of release. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? You know what I mean?
And the thing is, though, there was nothing wrong
No,
with you. That was
it's just what I've never. And I talked to Brock about this. He's like, you're just having an awakening.
Yeah.
And he's like, you didn't like. This is who you are, Tyson. I'm like, well, I can't keep doing this.
Because I'm a man.
No, it's just like, this is so inconvenient right now. Where I'm just eating dinner and I'm just crying.
That's so awesome, because of all the authentic emotions, there's only a couple that are not meant to be held.
Mm-hmm.
They're meant to be felt, not held. And pain is one of those. And what we do is the pain comes in, and it's supposed to flow through us. It's supposed to move us to action. It's supposed to get us to do something.
It's protecting us.
Yeah. And when we let it flow like that, we let it flow through us, we let the pain drip down our eyes, when we let the pain come out in sobs, then it does flow through us. But what misery does is, as the pain comes in and we add blame and shame to pain, misery traps it
Mm-hmm.
in that place inside of us. And then we just cycle. We just cycle the pain over and over again. And it's not supposed to be held, it's supposed to be felt.
I love that.
And when we can break the misery away and truly feel it, then that's when it can release. That's when it can come out of us.
So Brock again, told me that when, like, there's 4 pillars that we do, and physical is one of them. And so we go do cold plunges and things like that. And he's like,
Yeah.
you are trying, like, when I'm trying to fix a problem that I'm having, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. He's like, you're trying to make the cold water warm. You can't. Meaning you have to feel this emotion. This emotion is there to protect you. Understand why you have this anxiety. Dive deep into yourself and say, okay, thank you for this emotion. I got it from here. But you got to understand why you have it, because it's there to protect you. Your anger, your frustrations, your happiness, your peace, they're all emotions for you to feel, because they're there to protect you at one point in your life. And if you might have that anxiety because you were abused, and you have that emotion there. Okay, at one point in your life, you had to have that because it protected you.
Yeah.
You don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
So thank it, understand why it was there, and then release it. Yeah. But people think they'll take depression medication. Mind you, I take depression medication. I have a chemical imbalance. After everything is said and done, I have a chemical imbalance. But sometimes people try to mask that depression when they don't have a chemical imbalance, because they don't want to feel it.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Feel it.
And
yes.
Understand it, and it's there to protect you. And it's
Yeah.
it's okay to be sad sometimes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel. It's okay to have those emotions. Like, I'm sure as you went through the adoption process, that was hard, and all the
that was really hard
questions
the first time
around that. And Patty and I, we have 2 adopted kids as well. And it's just hard. Like, it has pain inherently in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something we can run away from. Like, this life has pain, and pain is inevitable, but misery is optional.
I like that. No one's ever said it that way before. I really like that.
We get to choose.
Yeah.
We get to choose what we're going to do with the pain. Are we going to trap it and let it spin and cycle over and over again? Or we're going to let it flow through, let it do its job of moving us to action, to a place where we say, okay, The pain is telling me something. And that's one thing about counterfeit emotions that is often a misconception is people are like, oh, the counterfeits are bad.
Yeah.
The counterfeits aren't bad. They're messengers. And every counterfeit points over to its authentic brother or sister over here, every single one of them. And to stop putting judgment on emotion, but just letting it flow, that cleanses, that gets all of those trapped emotions inside, that gets them flowing through and
then you're
out.
tired afterwards.
And boy, are you.
Because you do let it flow and you're like, okay, I'm ready for a nap now.
It does. It physically takes a toll. Yes.
It does. Just like stress. Like if you bottle that stress, it wears you out just like anything.
Yeah. It's fascinating. The common thought back in the day was that stress causes heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
They found it doesn't. Your perception of stress causes heart disease.
Ooh, I like that.
So you can say, I have stress and this is horrible and bad and shame and blame and stress. Or you can say, I have stress right now and that's actually helping me out.
Yeah.
And they did this phenomenal study where they looked at two groups of people, one that said, I've got this stress and it's bad. One that says, I've got stress and that's actually going to benefit my life. And the people that said that had healthier hearts than normal.
That's cool.
The people that viewed stress as bad, they did have heart disease.
Yeah.
It wasn't the stress itself.
Who teaches stress is bad? Because it's just a thing it's just an emotion to protect you.
And to help you grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To embrace it.
Get you into a new place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Elon Musk. That guy's got to be like crazy stressed 24/7.
Oh, it's gotta be crazy.
Like the world's richest man and everything that he does. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But he takes it with a grain of salt. Like it's just a mover.
Yeah, and it's a step in the progression.
Dude, I really like that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You gave me some tidbits today.
Awesome. So there's one emotion that can't be counterfeited, and that's peace.
Uh-huh.
And I truly believe that every human on earth yearns, longs for peace. Where does Tyson find peace?
2 places. 3 places. First, I am a very, very spiritual, religious person. I think spirituality and religion is 2 different things, but they can coincide at the same time. And there's a place in our religion that's the temple. And I will go and pray and I will meditate and I will think when I'm going through a hard time or my family's going through a hard time. That's first and foremost is one of the most important things for me. It's like I feel like I can get closer to him and closer to myself and closer to my family with that. Secondly it's weird. It's not weird. I shouldn't say it's weird. But it's weird how well it works for me. I'll put it that way. Talking to my wife and breaking it down and just telling her that we're 100% a team. And the hug afterwards. It gets me. Like it's just like I just can just shrink and just go right into her arms. And I
feel that.
Yeah. Like it's just I can just melt. Like one of my favorite things is watching a show in our room. The kids are asleep and I'm laying on her lap. My head's on her lap and she's just brushing my hair. Like it takes away all my worries. Like it puts me in the moment and it just is like a drug for me. It just takes away everything.
I so understand that.
Yeah.
When I'm with my fatty.
Yeah.
That is exactly how I feel.
It's just, there's something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing, no one else could do that to me.
Yep.
Even Logan. That'd be weird.
Logan, don't do it.
Yeah. We're going to try it now. It's going to be a skit. And then I find peace talking to Logan and laughing with him. I find being able to
find peace in laughter.
I do. With him laughing
I love
and just
that.
Like I said, I can tell him everything and it starts to go away. Then we start to kid and be ourselves again and we start laughing and it's gone.
I love that.
Yeah. And he knows for a fact when I'm having a hard time because I won't answer the phone. And then he's like, nope, you answer. He'll text me, so you answer the phone, or we're going to do a wellness check, and the police are going to come over. And I'm like, okay, what? But because I've told him some scary things about how I feel about myself in the past, and sometimes like those dark feelings come, and they're not invited, but I'm still growing, and I'm still learning, and like I said, sometimes I have to shake my head. But he'll talk me through it. And then in the end, we're just laughing over something really, really stupid. But yeah, those three things that really, really get me.
I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that with me and being able to go to that place.
Appreciate it. I appreciate you having me on. You're a good man. We need to get you on.
Okay, let's do it.
We do. We need it. And so everyone can start following you. And also just like, I think a lot of men need to know what you know, and about addiction, and about overcoming, because a lot of people have the shame.
Oh, the shame is so big.
So big. And so they'll stop doing things that make them happy because of the shame.
Yeah.
And I want them to not feel the shame, and I want them to be happy and have that peace and have that joy in their life, because they deserve it.
Yeah.
They just don't know that they deserve it. And I think
it's time.
Yeah, I think having you on would be a nice way to teach people that you deserve it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'll make it happen.
Okay. Let's do it. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week with my conversation with Tyson. And my invitation for you this week is to find peace in vulnerability, to open up, to share your heart like Tyson talked about. Get into that place and find someone that you feel comfortable just being a little bit more vulnerable this week. Share that so that you can continue on your journey towards that one emotion that can't be counterfeited, and that's peace. See you guys next week. Oh, wait, actually, where do we find more about your book?
Oh, legit? Just go to Amazon and write Tyson Allred, and it'll pop up.
Okay. Tyson Allred.
Our Dad Bods Beards podcast will pop up, and that will pop up.
Okay. On Amazon.
And it's on Kindle right now, through ebook or that. And Logan and I are going to do a podcast style. Okay. He's going to read the book, and then after every chapter, we're going to talk about the chapter together.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
Yeah, we're working on it.
That's fantastic. I love it. And I'm so glad you've written this. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for everything you're doing. Like, it truly means so much.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.